Hello and welcome to another Magnus and Scout video. In this video, I'm going to talk about prey drive and how we had to work with Magnus to help keep his prey drive under control. It is important to understand prey drive if you're adopting or own a greyhound. So what is prey drive? Prey drive refers to an animal's natural desire to chase and kill prey animals for food. This instinct exists in many animals and all breeds of dogs, but in dogs it's more evident in sighthounds. All dogs have prey drive, but the strength of this trait depends on genetics, training, selection, and a degree of socialization that the dog has undergone. It is important to understand prey drive if you have other pets at home or if your greyhound comes into contact with other pets of animals when out on walks. When we adopted Magnus, it was winter, which meant there weren't many animals about and none outside. So the lack of animals meant that Magnus didn't really display any signs of prey drive. So we thought this wasn't an issue. However, this changed when it got warmer outside. Prey drive mostly occurs when a dog's in a relaxed and positive state of mind. Prey drive is very different to aggression, which is usually anxiety or fear based. Prey drive is fun for your dog, whereas aggression is not. Prey drive is adrenaline fueled and offers a chemical reward to your dog. They are reacting on impulse rather than the logical part of their brain, so familiarity and friendships may be forgotten in the heat of the moment. Greyhounds have also been specifically bred, trained using this trait. This training and the lack of early socialization to other breeds of dog mean that some greyhounds are at serious risk of taking things too far in some situations. It is therefore important to understand prey drive so we can ensure our greyhounds are safe as well as other animals in the area. Prey drive is normal behavior, but it becomes a problem when a dog's allowed to be out of control and a danger to other animals. When you newly adopt a greyhound, it's important to understand this instinct to chase and kill that is still there. It may be low in some greyhounds and high in others, but it's still there. There are exceptions, but generally that's a good rule to follow. Your greyhound may be very laid back and love sitting on the sofa and barely move unless treats are involved, but it only takes a split second for this instinct to kick in if they see something like a small animal like a dog, a cat, a squirrel, or some other small creature. Some greyhounds can live harmoniously with other animals at home, but will react when they see an animal outside of the home. When we adopted Magnus, we had read about prey drive, but we did not know the signs fully. So, what are the signs of prey drive? Some of the signs of prey drive include, but are not limited to, an upright, stiff tail that is wagging quickly, intensely staring with a stiff body position, that's the classic Magnus pose, stalking, teeth chattering or drooling, hovering above or over the shoulder or neck of the animal, jumping or pouncing on the animal, lunging, you've got charging at the animal, chasing the animal, or attempting to grab or bite the animal. When we bring a greyhound into our lives, we must understand and accept that prey drive is part of who they are. Therefore, we must take appropriate steps to minimize the risks to other people's pets and other animals. So, what can we do about prey drive? Prey drive is not something you can simply reset or simply turn off, but you have to learn to manage it. The first thing you can do, and the most important one, is that greyhounds should always be walked on a lead. Greyhounds should only be off lead in safe, enclosed areas. This is because greyhounds instinctively chase anything they perceive as prey, even something like a leaf or a plastic bag fluttering in the wind. Keeping your dog on a lead when walking prevents it from running off or chasing after another animal. Even with your dog on a lead, you will still need to manage their prey drive instinct. When you newly adopt your greyhound, they should always wear a muzzle when out on walkies. This is important because you're still learning about your dog and they're unlikely to be following your directions this early in your relationship. There's also so much new stimuli for them to take in they're unlikely to have seen walking out in public before. Greyhounds are used to wearing muzzles, so this should not be an issue for them. After being walking your dog for a few weeks and you've got better control of them and they're better at following directions, you can remove the muzzle when going on walks. Whenever you're introducing them to a new animal, you can always put the muzzle on them to prevent any issues. Only remove the muzzle when it's safe to do so. Both Magnus and Scout wore muzzles for the first few weeks when we brought them home. Magnus wore a muzzle when he'd go on his group walks with his dog walker, as there were always new dogs in the group. Once Magnus was comfortable with the small dogs and was not reactive, they removed the muzzle. This is not a punishment for your dog, so reward them when they put it on. Another action you can take when out on walks is to distract your dog's attention when you see them displaying any signs of prey drive towards another animal. You should distract them and walk away from the animal as quickly as you can. This is not always easy to do as greyhounds are strong. So it is worth practicing, and we practice quite a lot of the leave it training at home with Magnus and Scout. If your greyhound locks up as Magnus would do when he saw a cat or a squirrel, it may be hard to distract them and to get them away from the small creature. In these situations, rather than pull on lead, one tactic that worked well for us was to hold Magnus by his martingale and then keep walking. This was easier to control him compared with trying to hold on to lead and trying to move him that way. Once we start to move away from the creature and he would look away from the creature, I would say, "Well done, good boy," and give him a pet as reward. Now, after a lot of practice, Magnus is less reactive than before and will remove his focus from the creature whenever we say leave it. Now small animals will simply get a passing glance when out on walkies, whereas before he would either lock up or try and chase them down. We often get asked how Magnus and Scout get along with cats. We do not have any cats at home, so I'm unable to show you in this video how to show if your greyhound is cat friendly or how to introduce your greyhound to other pets at home, but there are other videos out there. Your adoption centre should be able to let you know whether your greyhound is cat friendly or not before adoption. As you can see from this video, prey drive can be managed with some simple steps, so it's not something that should deter you from adopting a greyhound. We were complete novices when we adopted Magnus, and we were able to manage fine, and apart from some drooling and some staring, there's not been any issues. So hope you enjoy this video. If you've got any comments or questions, just add them down below, and we'll see you again for some Magnus and Scout videos real soon. So thanks for watching.